On today's program, you will see vain moms confront their daughters, and the moms will plead with their daughters to look better. But the daughters say no, claiming their mom's obsession with beauty is crazy, absolutely insane. And now, the most beautiful man in the world. That's what the words say in this announcement, and I have to read it. Here he is, Richard Bey!
Yes! Hey! How are you? Good to see you. Oh, thank you very much. You know, when I was a little boy, my mother, who is always looking perfect. My mother goes to the beauty parlor once, twice a week. Everything always has to be in its place. In fact, she could be in a hurricane and her hair wouldn't move, you know, because every hair has to be in place. But when I was a kid, she used to pour something in my head called Mrs. Odell's hair trainer, so that my hair would stay in place. And she'd go, "Oh, my little John F. Kennedy." And she'd comb my hair just like John Kennedy's, put on a little clip-on tie, and send me off to school. And even to this day, my mother watches the show every day in Florida, where she lives, and she'll say, "Richard, how could you wear that crazy jacket?" Or actually, she pronounces my name Wretched, like I'm a wretched person. She'll go, "Wretched, you know, you did the whole show, and your hair was sticking up in the back here. Why don't you put some of that hair trainer in your hair?" My mother is always concerned about how I look, and, you know, I guess as sort of a rebellion, I became sort of a slob. And actually, this jacket's sort of conservative, but she goes crazy over some of the clothes I wear. Today, you're going to meet daughters, though, whose mothers are driving them crazy because the daughters are not that involved in fashion, don't want to wear makeup, never have their hair done, and their moms are like beauty queens, always focusing in on appearances. Now, do they have vain moms, or are their mothers just good role models? You decide as you hear their stories. First, Tanisha is a pre-med student who wants to focus on her studies, but her mother wants her to focus on her appearance and be more like her vain mother. That's Sandy, her mother. There, we've covered her up so that you can't see how startling her beauty is. We'll reveal her to you later in the show. She wakes up every morning at 5:30 just to begin her daily makeup routine, which takes, I think, about an hour and a half. Okay, next to her is Robin. She's a professional tennis player who prefers the natural look. She's been known to drive her mother crazy by declining shopping sprees to Bloomingdale's. How could you do that? Her mother is frustrated. She's a former model, and her name is Carol, and we've covered her up as well. We'll show her to you in the next segment. Then finally, there's daughter Felicia, who says her mother Dorothea's vanity just goes too far. Last month, her mother proudly pranced around the house in a dress she bought with the money she was supposed to pay the electric bill with. Her daughter went around screaming, "Ma, they're going to turn off the lights." But her mother said, "Well, at least I'll look good." Please welcome all of our guests to the show. Robin, let me start with you. Robin, when you were a little girl, did your mother dress you up?
Every day at school.
How did she dress you?
I had to wear lace dresses to school, I'm saying till high school, with Mary Janes on, you know those black patent leather Mary Janes?
She dressed you, she would go, "My little Jacqueline."
I had to, she laid out my clothes, everything was matched perfectly. My brother comes in the room one day, he's like, "Mom," she says, "today's the first day of high school, you can't dress for Mary Janes anymore." Right. So
you sort of rebelled. You stopped wearing skirts and dresses completely,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So when was the last time you wore a skirt? You have to wear them on the tennis court, I guess.
Yeah, I wear skirts on the tennis courts, but it's different. I mean, when my parents go out on the weekends for a dinner, it's like you have to wear your lace and with your chest hanging out and all this. Who wants that?
So what is your mother, when your mother puts her ensemble together? Who wants that?
Like
There's some guy sitting over here who want it, but
you like the chest hanging.
When your mother puts her ensemble together, what is it like?
What is it like? Her chest is hanging out of her shirt. You have to say, "Ma." Her skirt's up so high you could see like everything. You know exactly what's going on. I think it's all right to show everything, but to certain people, you don't show it to the world.
Well, we'll take a look at your mom later in the show, but your mom used to be a model. Do you think your mom is vain?
Oh, yeah.
Well, she used to make her living with her looks, though, right? How much does she spend on makeup now? How much time?
How much time?
Yeah.
She has to get up at least 2 hours to get ready in the morning.
2 hours?
It takes me 40 minutes to get ready. It takes her 2 hours to get ready in the morning.
All right, what does she say to you now?
What'd you say? Oh, just put on a little mascara. I'll do you up real nice, you know. We'll put on a little lipstick.
You have a very healthy head of hair,
yeah.
But you could use a little cropping there, you know, right? What is your... You look like Bon Jovi there a little bit. What does your mom say about the way you look?
She thinks I look terrible.
She thinks you look terrible.
She wants me to cut my hair shorter. She would like me to get a nose job. She wants to get a facelift.
Yeah?
Is there anything wrong with the way I look? Come on.
No, not really. No.
Come on, guys. Is there anything wrong with the way I look?
Let me get over to Tanisha over here because she has her problems. You're a pre-med student, so you really concentrate what goes on inside your head and not so much on what goes on your face, right?
Exactly. I mean, my mother has a walk-in closet full of clothes, and yet and still, there is still not enough room. I mean, you can't actually walk into the closet because of all the shoes that are on the floor. But, I mean, it's like she's just obsessed. She has too much makeup all over the house. She has like 7 makeup bags. She has 200 purses. I mean, she's obsessed with her looks.
Your mother, some of the things that she told our producers do seem a bit obsessive. Mom, I know you're under the bag there, Sandy, and I'm sure that you don't look like a bag under the bag, but...
No, I don't, not in any way.
You're very attractive, right?
I think so.
Okay, in fact, you are so concerned about your looks that you've even had your funeral set up.
Yes.
What have you done for your funeral?
Well, I have my outfit all picked up. It's in the closet because I don't want anybody to be so grief-stricken that they make me look a mess my last turn around. So I want everybody to remember me and remember me the way I always was, sharp.
Why is it so important for you to look good?
Because that has a lot to do with your self-esteem and your respect. I have a lot of respect for myself, and I have a lot of self-esteem, so I always want to look good. I don't want to look bad.
But you get up at 5:30 just to
yes,
put your
I do.
To put your makeup on?
If I'm tired, I rest after I put my makeup on.
How long will it take you to get ready to go out, to appear before the world?
Maybe about 2.5 hours, depending on where I'm going.
2.5 hours?
Yeah.
I think Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa in less time. And that's a great work of art. You also are concerned not only with how you appear on the surface, but you even go so far that you're concerned about how everything appears underneath. Your underwear, for instance.
Oh, my gosh!
I guess this is something that your daughter told us. Tell us about her underwear.
Well, it matches her clothes.
Why
Every
does her
day.
What
it matches her clothes.
The underwear, the bra,
Matches the clothes.
on the outside.
Yes.
Why is that so necessary, Tanisha? What
I don't know. I guess she thinks like if she's ever in an accident or something, the doctors take her clothes off or something, they'll always match. Don't attack me.
In fact, your mom was in the hospital, and
yes.
What did they have to do in the hospital?
All right. My mother is very, very vain, and before going into surgery, major surgery that could have been her life, this woman, they tell her, you cannot have makeup going into surgery. So she took off her makeup while the doctors were there, and when they left, she put makeup back on so she could look like she was naturally beautiful for the doctors while she's under and asleep, you know, like they care, you know. And then she, when she comes out, we had all the mirrors and everything in her room taped up because we knew the first thing she was going to do was try to jump out of bed, do her hair, put her makeup back on, and we had to lie to her and tell her, oh, yeah, Ma, you got makeup on, stuff like that. We didn't want to tell her she had tubes
They even removed the mirror from the room, right?
Yeah,
So
well, we covered it up so she couldn't see it.
So she couldn't see herself.
Yeah.
Okay, on the end here is Dorothea, who's the mom, and Felicia. Now, what does your mom say to you, Dorothea? What does she want you to change?
Me?
She wants you to change you completely.
My mother? What
Yeah.
she says to me?
Yeah, what does she say to you?
Oh. Well,
Yes.
first of all, she tells me stop wearing things that make me look, you know, more chubbier than what I am.
Right.
And then she tells me I need to take the glasses off and get contacts. I need to cut my hair. I need to do, I mean, she tells me a lot of things.
What's
all
wrong
the
with your
time.
mom's, what's wrong with your mom's advice?
My mother, because that's not how I want to be. I want to be like me. I'm comfortable being me. Do you think your mom takes it too far? Yes.
What does she do with herself that you think goes overboard?
Well, she spends too much money, first of all. And second of all she wants to do is just look at Dorothea. She just want to look at herself.
Okay.
Constantly.
You said that you had trouble paying the electric bill.
Yes. Well, okay, my mother said, I said, Ma, here's the money for the electric bill. She said, okay. Now, I knew something was up because she left